Good afternoon and welcome to today's vlog for Monday the 28th of July. Hope everybody is well, had a great weekend, and yeah, well done Lionesses, congratulations, great stuff girls. Today I was going to just have a bit of a light-hearted, my top 5 pet hates with motorists. So number 5, that would be motorists who put cycles on the back of their cars on racks and block off their number plate and lights. That really just winds me up. I did see a couple of motorbike officers in a service station in Suffolk a few months ago, and I did ask them about it, if it was still a law or not, and they said yes it is, and certainly in Suffolk you will get a ticket for it. Number 4 would be motorists who park in loading bays in town centres. I had a particular problem a few months ago when I wanted to get into, there was a room for 3 vans. All spaces were taken up by cars, and when I asked a nice traffic warden next to me, could I just park on the yellow lines then while I unload, he went, no, I'll have to give you a ticket. So that's a particular one that winds me up. Number 3 will be motorists that don't indicate at roundabouts when they're going round the roundabout or when they're leaving the roundabout. Just winds me up, sorry. Number 2, that is on A roads and motorways. If your inside lane is a slip road and there is a queue, people who go down the middle lane or second lane and try to jib in at the last minute annoys me no end, and I have seen a few accidents in the past where certainly lorries have not been able to stop in time and hit that said car up the backside. And number 1, no surprise, I think a lot of you are like this, again, A roads, motorways, you're inside lane doing 60 and you can't get in the second lane. The slip road is on the left and down comes the motorist at 40 miles an hour who isn't going to pull in behind you, they're going to pull in front of you. You can't get out into the second lane, so you have to hit the brakes and hope that the person behind you is paying attention. Anyway, let me know if you've got one that I've missed. Stick it in the comments, please. So today, yeah, funny old day today. We got a job on Friday afternoon. That was for this morning, 9 o'clock collection. And it did state that goods wouldn't be ready till 9 o'clock. That was from Chelmsford in Essex, going to St Albans. Long wheelbase job, collecting 2 pallets, 43 miles, and I quoted £70 for that and got that, so I was quite pleased with that. It was a nice start to the day. That was aided that my wife was also going to work from home again today, which meant I could have an extra hour in bed. Lovely. And I tootled myself down there, it took an hour, and I got there for about 8:15. And the goods were ready, so we did get loaded reasonably quickly, and I left just after 8:30, so that was good. The roads were fine, it took 5 minutes to get back onto the A12, that was fine. The M25 was absolutely fine, and then when we come off at junction 22 for St Albans, it was just about 10 minutes to get to the delivery point. All done, empty, 9:30, perfect. Sat on the industrial estate, see what we can find. And it was a little bit quiet, there wasn't an awful lot happening. There was one nice job I saw, which was from Luton going to Great Yarmouth, 120 miles I think it was, for a small wheelbase, and I put a quote of it £120 but didn't get it. I think probably there was people near us, especially Luton. I was half an hour away at least, and I didn't get that one, but I did get a job at 10 o'clock. And this was an interesting job, and again it's experience and a little bit of knowledge sometimes helps you make decisions on whether you want to bid for a load or not. When I see details in the notes, sometimes that raises some red flags, and it just said in the notes totes and dollies, and I obviously know what they are, and I thought okay, well let's bid on this one. And that was from Hatfield in Hertfordshire going to Oakham in Leicester. Now I'd been to Oakham twice in the past to a lovely transport company, so I thought can't be too bad. That was 80 miles and I put a price of £100 on it. Got that job. Took about 30 minutes to get round to the collection point in Hatfield. Got there at 10:30, and it was a large warehouse for a wholesalers, and I was sat in the queue to get in behind 2 Arctics. Finally got to the security gate, went in and booked in. They told me where to go to another office, which I did, and that other office, once they took some details, then told me to go round to the back of the warehouse and someone would meet me there and get me loaded, which they did. That took about 15 minutes to get loaded, 20 minutes. Back to the second office to collect all the paperwork, and then I had to get in the queue behind 6 lorries to try and leave the site. Every vehicle had to be checked. The empty ones were just checked to make sure they're empty. The loaded ones had a seal put on it. Paperwork was checked and out. That whole process took 50 minutes. Ideally, in the real world, we'd like to just turn up, get loaded and get out in 10-15 minutes. I can't do anything really with the shipper, I don't think, on that. The warehouse had its processes. You just have to abide by that. It's just one of those things. So off at, what was that now? 11:25. So I needed a stop. I needed a loo and I needed to get some food. So I had a quick stop at the services of Baldock on the way up, and got to the delivery point at 1:15. Now, another reason: don't ever book another job until you've done the one you're doing. I wasn't going to a transport company. I was going to the prison. And when I arrived, there's a lovely big building on the left which says stores. I thought, brilliant, that'll do. Went in to see the guys there, and they said, no, sorry, your stuff has got to be delivered inside the prison. Go to the main prison entrance and book in, and they will sort you out from there. So I did. They took all my details down. They said, you see that big Arctic sitting on the lay-by out there? Go and park behind that. We will unload you after he's been done. Now, that Arctic didn't go in for about 20 minutes, and basically it was an hour and 25 minutes before I finally entered the prison. Then we've got all the security checks. They wanted to check the van. I had to unload certain stuff that was in my van, all my cleaning bottles, my water bottle, my phone, sat nav, the scissors I carry in my little glove box bit. That all had to come out. And finally I was taken through the exercise yard and through about 4 or 5 gates over to the warehouse. Then had the unusual procedure. I had to open the van up at the back and lock the front of the van, give my keys to one of the warehouse staff, and then I had to bring all the boxes and stuff to the back of the van, and the prisoners then took it all into the warehouse. It was fine, no issues, no big problems. And then once that was all done, I was escorted back through the gates, back to the main entrance where it was all searched again, picked all my bits and pieces up. Now, I had let the shipper know when I arrived that it looks like potentially there's going to be some delays and waiting time. So I was there on site for 2 hours and 15 minutes. So I made a phone call. I did actually say I wanted £45, which he agreed with, but for some reason the invoice was only amended to £40. But I'm not going to cry over £5 at the moment. It's a mental note, and I'll get that back next time I do a job for them. So today was 2 jobs, one for 70 and one for 140. 210, that's above my average. I'm not going to be home super late. I'm going to be home by about 6:30. Ideally, we just want to get those things delivered and try and get a third job from, say, Peterborough back into Essex and pick up £70-80. But it's transport. We have days like this, and you just have to suck it and get on with it. Anyway, all done for the day. Let's just say that's it. I will speak to you tomorrow. Have a lovely evening. All the best. Take care now. Paul.